Alec, we saw the excitement for the team running off the field, celebrating at their win. Well, this is a game a lot of people pointed to for a long time for this program. How big do you think this win is for this football team?
I think it's huge. Coming out here playing a team, a Big Ten team. Coach Fickle pointed out, like, we kind of recruit against them a lot, so it's pretty competitive in that aspect. A lot of guys, I know a lot of guys kind of come down to these two schools for the decision. And I didn't realize, it's only a 2.5 hour drive, so it's pretty close. So it seems like it could be a little bit more of a natural rivalry than it actually is, but hopefully we'll play them in the future.
What do you attribute the slow start to? A lot of pre-snap penalties, just didn't seem to get anything going.
Yeah, I think we got to get better on that. Vinny was out this week. I don't know if he was the guy that was supposed to be doing the whole snap. They had a different snap process going because it's loud in here. Normally just clap, but we were doing some sort of silent count this week. So I'm sure it had something to do with that, but we need to do better. We need to get the defense off the field and get some first downs at the beginning of the game to start the game.
Some things that, lots been said about you all facing an away road environment for the first time in really 2 seasons. What was it like today being in this, hostile road environment?
It was good to be back in the road environment. It was loud out there, which is fun. It makes it fun. I missed that a lot last year, so it was loud, but that made it a little hard in the beginning. Just hearing, because we went in the huddle, it was hard to hear the plays, hard to hear the snap count, I'm sure. So that probably contributed a little bit to our slow start, I'd say. But now we've got that experience, and hopefully we can be done with that in the future.
Now, do you think this team, this program is past having to prove itself, or do you think you guys proved something today?
I hope we're past having to prove ourselves, but I think we still got a lot to prove. I think people are still going to doubt us and still label us as like a group of 5 team. So we just got to continue playing our ball and continue getting wins, and hopefully we'll get the respect by the end of the season.
Did you learn anything about this team today and the way you guys came back and won?
Yeah, I think team showed a lot of grit. They hung in there. The defense made big plays in the beginning to keep us in the game, because I think it could have got out of hand the way we were playing offensively. So it was a group effort combined. I thought the defense played great all day, and it was just I think I learned a lot about our toughness, because wasn't sure, we hadn't been challenged. I mean, you could say last week we were down 7-0, but we hadn't been challenged yet this season really, so that was big to see.
What flipped on the targeting call? You guys seem to get going after that. What do you think caused that?
I think just the opportunity we got the ball then on our side of the field, and what was the score at that time? It was
14-0.
14-0, yeah. So we got the ball on our side of the field. We had a little bit of momentum going. We got a couple first downs before that, and then kind of got shut down. And that targeting just, got us into their side of the field, and we just, from there just flipped the switch and scored a touchdown. Right.
This is the first game you really got going. Was there a game plan to try and get you the ball?
I think just whoever the hot hand is, we got a lot of weapons on the outside, and receivers, tight ends, even like the running backs are good pass catchers too. So just kind of whatever's going to happen, whatever teams give us, we take. So yeah.
There were 2 times in the game where you all the offense left the field after a 3rd down, fourth targeting, and then before that field goal that got returned for the penalty. You all went back out on the field and scored both times. What is that like to get a second chance to go back onto the field with a second chance offensively? It's
great. I mean, that field goal one was huge. They jumped off sides, and 4th and 1. I've seen that plenty of times. Coach Fick's gonna go for it there. So, and then never in doubt the O-line, they blocked really well, and we opened up a hole, and we were able to just kind of run the ball down their throats on that drive. So.
Do you guys have to advocate for that on 4th and 1, or do you know if it's that close he's going to go?
I don't even think we have to advocate for it anymore. He loves going for it, especially down there on that side. So.
Off week and then go to Notre Dame. How do you approach that opportunity?
So we have the bye week. I know they like to compete during the bye week, and then Notre Dame will be right back here in Indiana. We did our fall camp in Indiana, so we played a lot of football here in the state, and so we'll have a second opportunity to come into the state and play another good team. So
those defensive stops in the red zone, I mean, you guys have done that the past couple of years. Is there something you can coach that allows the defense to do that, or what allows them to have success in those situations?
I don't know. I mean, I think they really start to tighten up and make plays in the red zone. they get a little bit probably more urgency themselves. They know windows get tighter and stuff. We got a lot of good DBs and like long linebackers that are able to make plays like that. So they made some huge plays today, and that probably really is what helped us win the game. So.
What was the message in the locker room at halftime?
I think just, we were pretty relaxed. We just had to get to like what we do. We didn't, especially offensively, in the first half we weren't really able to like string many drives together until the end there. So we just had to relax. Things were working for us in the first half, but we weren't really able to show it because we get like one play and then like shoot ourselves in the foot with a penalty or something. So yeah, I think they weren't too worried at halftime. They knew we just had to go out there and play our ball and we'd be good.
Do you think because this team is so experienced and relaxed in those situations, does that maybe lend to some slow starts because you guys aren't too tight or too worried coming out?
I wouldn't say so. I just think we just need to execute better in the beginning of the game. Some teams have been giving us a little bit different looks than we were expecting. I'm not sure about that today, but I know in past weeks they were, and we just got to be able to adapt and execute better in the beginning of the game.
It seemed like Des got going a little bit with some run, especially after that penalty. When he is able to take off, what does that do for the offense as a whole?
It's great. I think that's probably what scares defensive coordinators the most is having that aspect where a quarterback running the ball. So I mean, he's a great all-around player, great thrower, but when he starts to run the ball, it's watch out. So
you made a knack of getting a lot of 50-50 balls. Are you in the huddle like, Des, just throw it up, man, I'm gonna get it? Or like, what's your process when you know it's a possibility that you can get one of those?
Yeah, I mean, right there they were putting some emphasis on that this week. I think they knew their DBs weren't very tall. So we went out there and they called up the play, and I kind of knew like even I didn't have the best look. He was playing some heavy outside leverage on me, but I just knew like to run the route to win because I think all week we've been drilling that, throwing it up. So.
Anything else?
All right, thanks, Al. All right, thank you guys.